This is a chart of Carlos Alcaraz's back hip when he serves. So it goes down because he's bending his knees, and then it comes up because he's jumping. The dotted line here, that is contact. And then right here is the peak velocity his back hip reaches. How fast is it going up? And it's 6.65 miles an hour. Now, here is my back hip. So you can see that I'm bending my knees and then I'm jumping. And here's where I make contact with the ball. And my peak hip velocity, well, unsurprisingly, it's not as good as Alcaraz. It is 3.89 miles per hour. And then if we compare the two, this is what they look like. So if you look at this chart, the good news for me is I'm actually timing everything correctly. So I'm just not as explosive as Alcaraz. But what I've noticed doing this, so we've been doing this for all sorts of club players, and I've noticed a real big problem with many club players' serves, and it's just that this is a club player whose timing is off. So they're obviously not as explosive as Alcaraz, but they need to be jumping and timing it at the same time as Alcaraz. They want to be going, they want that hip going up at the same time, but you can see that they are late, and so all the power they generate with their lower body isn't making it into the tennis ball. So if you feel like you are arming your serve, you could be doing something like this. So it's not that you can't generate power from your lower body, it's just you're timing everything wrong, so it's not, the power is not ending up in the ball. And so there's so many players who can hit so much harder if they just get the power they generate in their body into the ball, and that means they have to be timing things properly. Now, the good news is we generated all these charts using AI. We're now able to measure the pro serve. We're able to measure your serve with AI and generate all this data and then use it to analyze your kinetic chain, which is like a fancy term for are you generating power and getting it into the tennis ball. So if you feel like you're leaving MPH on the table, click the link below because we are doing a live training this Thursday, December 4th at 2 p.m. where I'm going to show you the biggest breaks in the kinetic chain I'm seeing. So by attending this webinar afterwards, you might know what your biggest breaks are, and then you can be serving way faster. Literally, if you just come to the webinar, spend an hour as I walk through this chart and a bunch of other ones, the biggest breaks. So the thing's free. All you got to do is click the link and sign up, 100% free to attend. And if you want to serve faster, if you feel like you're arming your serve, if your opponent is standing inside the baseline to return your serve because it's got nothing on it, I think you're going to love this live training. So just click the link, sign up for free, and I think you're really going to enjoy it and be serving faster after the live training.